afternoon and welcome to the program Youth Them Voice, where they come to you every Monday to 5 o'clock, right here on Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And as always, this is the program where they look at youth issues, them, find solution to some of them problem in there, and allow for make the youth them voice them be heard out there. So, and inside the program also, we can look at different issues that we get for do with youth activities in the country. Last week, we been look at youth and violence, usai the National Action for Civic Education, National Civic Council for Civic Education and Development, bingo all one distance youth from violence workshop na the city of McKinney, and plenty team in community will be start for discuss that last week. And one main key point of that particular workshop day, now that after the workshop, they be able to get a communique. And inside the program, I get the chairman for the National Civic Education way there, so we can talk more about that. But remember, say again last week, this Wednesday we just passed 9, now been the International Youth Day celebration, and some things in there will be not happen. Usai the governments don't engage youths them pan different thing them. And one parent in there, now the car wash we governments been don't implement. Some young people them where they work now the different youth car wash center them where the Ministry of Youth Affairs be not open for help young people them with work them. Don't say one big challenge we in the face now then center there so now for do them work now the better water and electricity we not can get access to. Well, then people here talk this inside one interview we then do with Radio Democracy. Also, they may talk about the different success and challenge them where they don't go through now the car wash center with the Ministry of Youth Affairs be open for them as way for reduce the much unemployment rate among young people in the country. Well, we reporter Chino Jallo been going around and been put these reports together.
Inside 2019, the Ministry of Youth Affairs they start the Youth in Car Wash project, where these projects they for give up to young people across the country. And inside November, the ministry will finally go hand over 10 car wash center them to different young people across Freetown. And this according to the ministry, then 10 car wash center them go help for reduce the level of unemployment rate in the country. We say about 1,500 youths them go get work from them 10 center them Well, from that time, the Ministry of Youth Affairs, we don't go hand over them 10 car wash center them to young people in different parts of Freetown, make Radio Democracy. Binka work at then center them for see how far then different center them do they impact youth their life them where they work na then center them day. And the first house I go work at the Black Street Youth Car Wash Center where they back of stadium. Outside the center, plenty young people they work there, and in front of me presently over 50 or so motor car park they wait for us. But I go talk to the chairman now this place where the area and he will tell me more about this center and how this project don't impact youth them life within this particular center.
Well, my name is Ibrahim Sana. The project where the Ministry of Youth Affairs come up with now the ministry. Now one of its kind project where we say where then can transform the lives of them into manpower youth then we say then they will know go down better book where they engage themselves in this youth in car wash project. When a project we say now a youth empowerment project.
Almost each man they under a way the Ministry of Youth Affairs do empower this particular center.
Approximately I get up to 170 youth man within the center within they do car washing, others they do this decoration, this air freshener.
Over 170 as you don't mention earlier on say they work on this particular center. And for long term now, different people on the call on government for self-based and global address the challenges of the youth in the good school, more especially in the area of youth unemployment. You think say this car wash project they will for address this somehow address the issue of unemployment?
Yeah, we do remember the time when they call this around the world, what they call your Black Street. There have been no go area, but because of this car wash now, where government can put here, it can't transform the youth their mindset because most of them now then they work at the car wash at the end of the month and they pay each of them.
After the Black Street Car Wash Center, one Panenten center there where the Democracy same also visit. Now the Regent Car Wash. Usai the democracy can for assess how young people in the carry on with the work at this center and who's change. This center don't make now the young people are alive. And with me now, I get the chairman for this center, Prince Thomas.
A good initiative the minister came up with for youth man for making a way for survive their life. And as you say right now, the family they will look down on some of we youth man and then begin to be responsible because life change for man. At least at the end of the month, man they realize something where they be able to do better for their family. I got over 60 to 70 youth man already under me now.
So look at chats, the agreement between and the ministry. What are these agreements one have been get?
Well, the agreement between you and the ministry is like for the give out of the 100% to the make for the business, for the give 10% to government.
So apart from the light challenge, what do you think say again are some of the challenge they are more at the first and the car wash center?
Well, the lights are one a big challenge and they will face. Then to the water don't disturb us, so this will mean that tank within on the back side and we don't collapse.
From the Regent's Car Wash Center, now we're doing the Underbridge Car Wash and I grabbed in this. Beside me, I get a white young man with a walk now, and we're going to reach yourself to Pambo.
I mean, I go by Kabia and call me Jumbo. But the facility there, thank God for the government with the use of ministry, which they don't do for we. But right now, I don't build the building or very more constraints than but who for we. Do the tank rent now, but I know they don't see any machine, they good problem. Now I build the bill at for the complete what they say they do for we. I bet searching for we the youth fair.
What's they do for now?
For build for barber shop, show the patch tire, then you can't see. Can't see neighbor carry it. State your neighbor get like self.
So what are the complaints rates for people and for car wash the motka now? I can get customer them frequently.
No, not can get. President gas got motka them because we won't party they okay go meet them attack. So the big then they are so now the tank inside the bouncer they carry people for the car water then go lights.
After the Underbridge Center, my next point of visit has been the Wellington Car Wash. Also have been so talk to youth man them where they working at this place. But what they make up of the car wash project?
Well, me na Mohamed Kouma. Me assessment, I just give a good thanks to government. Really, for take your life up to the entire. Now we get back and count. Me hardest challenge, the water and me light.
So in other words, now light and water are the key problem we face now.
I mean, best constraint what they undergo.
Apart from that, the low water now working tools them. It's efficient, it is enough for
clean.
Or do now.
A complete na me machine also. Yeah, okay, then they work confirm everything okay with them. But water, then they work with jet wash.
What do you recommend to government for in the area of challenges?
Me challenges. The minister need for do more. I know say Idiona. Let help other youths them. What in the other side with the government. Let us see to them.
With 10 different 5 car wash centers them here, where the democracy they decide for do this store today. As soon as self-leader hearing from the youth man them where they work at them different centers them here. Some of the challenge them and success stories they where they go to. From Wellington at the eastern part of Freetown. For the Society for Radio Democracy, me, Nachelno Jallo, they report.
Well, that's now we Radio Democracy, Cheno Jallo, been go around Usaibe, look at one pan the Ministry of Youth, the project will have been the car wash. But as I say, last week we begin look at the distancing the youth from violence through civic education, with the National Council for Civic Education Development, Ulna Makeni, the 17 and last month, the 17 and 18 of July, where they've been go look at different things that we don't happen when our violence we involve youth them. And today inside the program, I get the chairman for the civic education now, so because now the civic education me together with the Ministry of Youth and the Youth Commission mean do this year. First of all, welcome to the program, Mr. Khalil Tusange.
Thanks for having me. Good afternoon.
Just a brief, you just tell me what's in the responsibility for the Council for Civic Education and Development.
Thank you very much. The National Council for Civic Education and Development, I'm going to remember say President will be set up by a presidential proclamation where it addressed Parliament where it came to the first year. It say with responsibility and for more to develop curriculum, we develop teaching and learning materials so that we will begin to teach civic education back in the schools then. It's the same way, say, we for develop a way we will impact knowledge about the governance process to the communities them, and we'll mobilize and help the communities them for take action for better their own situation and the communities them, and finally for more people create nurture people the understanding of civility so that they will be tolerant and will be accepting people that will know their rights then, and same way so the roles and responsibilities then. In a nutshell, and that's we cancel that.
Okay, now we don't get so many violence in the country. We don't happen at different parts in the country. And one thing we people all know about mostly the percentage of involvement in the youth them. And now because of the McKinney incident will be happening, make you council been decide for go all this distance youth from violence workshop. First of all, why wanna choose McKinney?
Well, the Kafa model, same remember, incidents of violence don't they go on for the last 2 to 3 months. First we start in Alonsar, where a young person lost in life, Kana Tumbo, same thing. They will go back in McKinney, same thing happen where 6 people they lost their lives. So we go see that as an escalation. And so we decide say you know go find more Sudan, the way till things that they go on make fester and even get worse. So what we decide for do is we want for use the McKinney incident as a turning point in we campaign. So what we decide for do is for go to the young people in McKinney, we call 120 youth groups them at the McKinney and immediate environs. The leaders then come to that meeting day. Why make we call them? We really want to get an advocacy position. One for able for go reach out to the young people there and McKinney and other places in this country. But we not go no more so based on we own assumptions. You know, we not go say we know all things, we go to read textbook, we say so the issues that we use them. We decide for go sit down with them, more could learn from them. What's in the situation we can make small thing no more happen, human and the resort to violence. Why make specifically that McKinney incident, why it happened, and how it happened, and if any winners or losers then they, and what we could do for Moko to stop incidents of violence where they cause people their life could happen, not only now in McKinney and in other places. And honestly, you were there as well. The participation of the young people being very impressive, and they speak candidly, and they show also their portion responsibilities and blames, and then commit themselves for take action for men and go able for stop them thing there. But for men and go able for do that, other things in the way they may ask say we for do. One of these is that we go for deepen and civic education and communities them. They say we go for continue for do civic education, we go for engage young people there. Other thing where they ask about, they say we for train the leaders them in conflict management. We for train the leaders them for men able for reach out to other unfortunate people there. Same way so they may actually say they need a place where they will call an information clearinghouse, because Boku, one of the things they will find out, now McKinney specifically, see, there was incitement, there was fake news, there was misinformation. All landed and culminate into that action with the young people they may take. But then we say if there was a way where then go able to get access to information, the leaders go able to get access to information, and then say we then find out something. Somebody go take the phone, you call one of the leaders, if the motorbikers union, you call a chairman or a secgen. That's also we are on too. The secgen gets the information. If you been get the information, you go tell them say a lie, then I just fake news. But they say they not get that. So since we come back, we come out with a communique from that McKinney incident. Fortunately, as we cannot more back that Thursday, we reach out to the presidency. President Bill been very willing for meet with we. In addition to the fact that we go present we textbooks that we don't do for civic education, we also use the opportunity for Moko to explain to him what we will find out, and Moko share the communique with him. He was very pleased about it, because the young people then putting come out of them clearly. Some people then they feel say it was a political thing or not. The young people then they did and tell we say No, we not belong to politics. We want for support the government, or they for make the government go help we. And what's in them, they help the way they ask for. We use the opportunity for tell the presidency that you picking the under and some of the challenges and this so and this they not ask you for make you go do for them. So I mean, on the whole, what we do now, McKinney have been just a learning curve for make you go for help we, for make you go draw up a strategic plan, for make you go reach out to the young people, then for make you stem the spread of violence in our communities.
Okay, of course, yes, myself been there at the meeting and we get the size of various youths them, but we'll just go now and listen to some key leaders them we've been at the meeting. And I think say we go first go to the youth chairman for Bombali and him gets this for say.
Mina Sarakoma, the chairman, District Youth Council Bombali. This whole violence thing, I believe, way they create unrest in the nation. And this unrest, we as young people and young leaders, them, we not feel good because the young people in way would they think, say we transformed enough, we for day together, for be united for national development. Now some of we again they involve into this violence act. We're not good for the nation. I believe the main important thing I believe the cause them violence here, the unrest here, now incitement from ill-minded politicians. Where I believe then they do then tear for the selfish and personal gain, where they are the disadvantage of we young people. Just for expose we as young people and say now we not the bad one there. Now they involved into the act. Yes, indeed. All I believe now because then the same politician and we get ill thoughts, because of their selfish gain. They not agree for for settle or for solve youth the problem. And then they create them here amongst we youth. Then create divide, preach hate against we, so that we go become aggressive against the nation. Me believe say not right for we as young people. I did talk to we company young people where they out there that this is not time for let we conscious enough. For let we know we left from a right. Let we know say politics or politicians we get ill thoughts them. We're not good for this nation. Let not allow let them use we. Then they keep them picking in a corner. We get a better thing for do. We president this country get heart and desire for we. He get love for we. Because if you not being get love for we, when the incident happen, go send them kind team here, boku team here for come talk to we and for can engage we as young people. One send a team for can cushion the issue where a presidential delegation will be first come, we engage all sectors of people for cushion the issue. Also, send in independent investigation team where I believe that investigation team it contain sound mind people of high integrity and high esteem, where I believe they're highly neutral enough for dispense the responsibility where HE task them for do. Then if this third one come when a civic engagement for young people for no more for distance from violence, I appreciate this. I appreciate this as a young leader.
And what do you feel say the youths them for the do in this situation there also?
In that situation, I mean, not saying an unfortunate situation where they lead me to the thing. I believe now lack of proper communication and information will lead to the entire. As young people, I'd encourage we all when it happen at times, let we use the right angle. Within this right angle, we engage the elders or the leaders them. We engage them, we advocate, then we negotiate so that to go for get the correct action where we go want for let the act upon we issue them. I don't know, I believe.
And if then they also for stop in terms of government, say what you feel say government say for do for help for the prevent modern kind here.
Governments for assist, especially me they talk in the context of the leader of Bombali district. Bombali district really we left behind because in youth activities, because if you check the whole district, no youth office, no day. I did talk to government. let them create way. Let we get youth office na the district na so that we as transformed youth leaders them, we go able for bring the untransformed, the disgruntled youth them on board. We talk to them, we preach to them, we tell them what's the real thing. Instead of we allow them, then they na then light corner, then go and misuse it with politicians. Let them create that platform there for we. Let government do them. Also, let government, like they don't start where we don't hear it, but we track to them, we don't come. I will appreciate for let government put more premium, enforce that, and so that we as young people and go be empowered and involved into nation building.
Well, that's the youth chairman for Bombali District. We have been talked to. Instead, been giving view about the general, general perspective about violence in the country, and also it's been think about waiting if you'll see the cause the reform. Now, Mr. Tutsangi, this today engagement when I'm with the youth there, so when I end up come up with a communique, we been get 6 key things then. First of all, you will like for take we through some of the key things that we been discussed inside the communique.
Yeah, thank you. First of the things that the young people they mean talk about, they agree say they recall because we say we effort now for create a mental picture, make we reminisce on what happened. So then say they may recall say on the 17 and 18. Riot may take place na Makeni, where the riot it begin because of the attempt where the EGTC be make for making remove one machine from Makeni when I'm a standby generator in Krango other side. They say although they find out later on say consultations, the Ministry of Energy we hold consultations with the local leaders them. What in them we discuss they not being canned on to them. They not be united about what may happen. They also say then as young man in Makeni, they accept what they call shared responsibility for what will be happen. And say then say been do things them we not be right. But they also say they get misleading information on social media, particularly the WhatsApp, and that we'll say the electricity generating machine. They will take them for Putuloko, where they left the whole of Makeni inside total blackout. So now that information we then get now in make they decide for behave so. They also agree say young people they lost their life. They say the community suffer because young man they lost their life, teenagers they lost their goose them, and the whole city being into discomfort because of the curfew. Number 5, they say the riot will take place. They say the whole thing, they say I don't call it, na social media, na intriguer. And they say that they see people, somebody be the same message, say, when I not agree, when I fed one, when I write. Some people, they begin to canal, they begin even the announcer, Bamboo horn, they urge people them, for me them go out there and misbehave. They say also the mistrust between the police and the young people them. In have been part of the problem because then say any side where they go their own place, then police they harass them, and they say police they use force pan them and all of that. So they say in spite of all of that, they say they desire for get peace in their community because only peace then go make development happen. So we lay emphasis on normal thing there. What's in this man say government for include them in national decision-making process. Anything that affects them, the one government will engage with them. They say the communication will be between the young people there and the leaders there, both at the local and the national level. They say not good, it's not sufficient. So they urge we as National Council of Civic Education for more to intensify out of school civic education so that then say go know what they happen, so that then say no go be left out, people they not go just hoodwink them. They say all the stakeholders them, whether in a big one or a small one, they say them for endeavor for get what they call alternative dispute resolution mechanism. And they also agree say then sentiments and then regional sentiments and then tribal sentiments. They say in order help for unify the country. And in fact, I think they create problem inside the governance process. So then they look forward to a day when government will govern by the rule of law. Say the government for support the district youth council for set up an information clearing house where youths were able to access key information on issues of national interest. And some of the things that will come out of the communique we put out.
Now, Mr. Tutangi, with all lengthy also we civic education we nine I mean the lead for make sure see this thing happen. When I don't get this document, as you rightfully know inform earlier in the program, so not only don't inform the president about but again informing the president and also civic education, young council when you the head, the youths they make an emphasis say when I get so much for so in a leading role for play because it's for in terms of communication. We all this situation with this violence, and as you say, when I may only use McKinney as a case study, but 90% of all waiting come out from the youth and McKinney, same thing now cause all the other violence that are different side they win a lack of communication. And as you day for civic education, now the youths they don't present this now, so we use waiting at the next step now from this point.
Well, next step already even before the incidents and they happen then please and we don't get a partnership relationship with the National Youth Commission. We don't also get a UNESCO Commission, and then they heavily in peace education. We don't also get a relationship with PPRC because PPRC now then they in charge of the political parties there, and most times them violence the way can be in places then. Apart from them, also we will see violence just erupt out of misinformation or incitement. Most times, really, violence can happen for politics. So we get PPLC and we don't plan for, we don't call other institutions, even the political and public affairs ministry. For Marco go develop what we call an out-of-school civic education plan. That out-of-school civic education plan, now one of the pillars then we get inside with strategic plan as the National Council. So that out-of-school civic education plan, and for don't help we for design how we will reach out to young people them, even at them place anywhere they can go hide, so that we go make sure say they not go feel left out. They don't go feel belonging to the body policy and may say hope day for them in spite of what side them facing now open day. So we've been there in the planning of that for even go to the retreat now this Ebola restrictions then come. We're very hopeful say as then restrictions they don't live, then there's an ample sense of safety amongst the people them. We go return to that and do the plan. But that notwithstanding, even what they do, we mark up Save Lives campaign. We go to the young people them. We know say the money we give them is not better. But we'll be able to take 110 of the young people then. Also will give them 500 for 10 days. For men, I'm going to take we posters them in the communities then. For men, I'm going to take the bullhorns and advise community members then. And for men, I'm going to even share marks them in the communities. Fortunately, we're not able to share close to 30,000 of them marks. We're able for disseminate up to 20,000 of them posters in our communities. Therefore, remind people and say, maybe government go down lift some of the restrictions. But I don't mean say COVID don't go away. So therefore, we for continue for do the things then we go keep all safe. And the participation of the young people in that activity it be very impressive. That they show say even when they call click, when they feel say then they go to the no more and a pothole day, they smoke jamba, they do this, they do that. But if you give them some work for do, where they know say something the way they go get out of what they do, they will get up and go do it. It was very clear. We go to the red, the black, the blue. We take man and come on and then convince them. The man away whole day, then they go to the normal post. But we convince them, you can do this. You are needed by society. Come and be a part of this. And so some community members themselves, then they want that, Mr. Tutangi, you do no magic, no day. I respect the people them as citizens of this country. I give them say when our people they need una, when our community need una, get up and be a part of it. And willingly they did it. Although at the end of the day, someone will go get some misunderstanding. Say, hey, when Mr. Tutangi don't take money, he don't give to this other 5-0, the 5-0 don't eat. Then I've been lie. And I mean, give nobody money yet. But because now of this same mistrust working there amongst them, then go to my office, they don't for misbehave, but it's myself na man at it. So me and them pass and we talk no more, we forget about himself. The later I will go for paid and then it all went well. And another they call me say, do you when you get something else for do not forget we. So if just imagine then kind but what they when they can go higher as talks them for go do things them. Just imagine if you get something for give them for do consistently. You know, you gonna minimize the incidents of violence where then go be involved on because instead of them go sit down or the sit down and put them go access them, they pay them money or give them drink for do something. If then they are way to do work, they are not going to come because they know say at the end of the work day, then they get some money. So down in around there, one may government and then organizations then make them pay more attention to that because we can go educate them, we can tell them anything, but they say the idle mind is the devil's workshop. If the man is down, they not get no work for do. Chances they say they miscreant them ill-motivated Sierra Leoneans them we want power by all costs only for enrich themselves. Then go still go take them over then day and go put them pandabaru for men go gain power. And that's nothing we will not go allow for make it happen again. That is why we're going to continue to be laser focused on them and try as much as possible for get them voice heard so that they will be included in the development of this country.
And another thing where they mention pan this communique again, now the way the security forces taking handle the institution because one point we then say the security forces back, the way they handle the situation, make the situation blow out of proportion. And on the second day, you and your delegation may go visit the AIG Northeast. But before we comment on that, let we go now and listen. Waiting the AIG Northeast being get for say during the term after the meeting where you and the delegation may go meet up.
Let me thank the minister and team for coming to Northeast region. We appreciate you and the team, and we are very thankful to have you here because it shows the advocacy role that you intend playing is quite a very, very vital one. Youths are an integral part of the society, and therefore we see them as partners in development, because without them we really cannot succeed, and they are the future leaders that we are very aware of. Correspondingly, I am of the opinion that the law towers above all of us, and therefore they too should observe the fact that lawlessness does not pay in any form or shape. And that is why they too should be law-abiding and should live up to the future responsibilities they might have to uphold. Because if you have a lawless society, just imagine what type of development that state or nation will arrive at in the future. And therefore, the family members, the parents too have a role to play, particularly in guiding their children as to how this should happen. I can assure you, sir, that we've been playing this role for quite some time now, and we have a special body or unit, the CRD, Community Relations Department, that goes out into the schools, talk to school kids, be it at the primary level or the secondary level. It is not only stop there, they even talk to market women, bike riders, drivers union, traders. These also are pertinent components of the society in which we live. And my police officers have been doing this. Frankly, that was one of the few, maybe isolated incident that might have happened that night. And we cannot sit by to let things go haywire. I'm very cautious and very observant of the use of force. And to be very sincere, that night, my officers, I can assure you, they were supplied with tear gas canisters. That I can assure you they used. Because we cannot sit by to let tires be burnt on the main street of McKinney, or the bank to be burnt down, gutted down, or the SIPP office to be in flames, or the Rogbane police station to be down. That could have meant a lot for us. And in leadership, you cannot sit by to let these things happen. However, on the whole, I am very thankful for the valuable role and advocacy position you've now taken, and I hope that we'll come in terms to see this thing turn a very new page, wherein the youths will collaborate with the police officers and community stakeholders to make this place very habitable, very peaceful, and above all, free for all, where one can go about to use our business undisturbed. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, that's not been the AIG Northeast way. You and the delegation may go meet and as you don't hear it from what you say. But one point where I say the youth they be mixy, they may put some, they may apportion some blame them on the security force there also. So same way so again, as part of your mandate, part of your pillar for make sure say people know their rights, because I can remember there's always one word where you continuously use on that workshop. They say even though you get your rights, but your rights stop not in other man in your nose bridge. So even though yes, the citizen might do something with the police for react, but the police themselves for no say, then get a certain level where they for react to. So as then you there also been put blame on the security forces, waiting as a commission for civic education, which one say they do for make sure say wanna help sensitize the police for make them say they know how for handle the situation there.
Okay, yeah, because even from that meeting, we make it clear to them say that brick and mortar solution to the problem, the work. NBC now because carpenter a whole armor, all problem no more and nearly get for weapon ahead. It doesn't work like that, and we make it clear to them say there is something they call proportionality in the use of force. If you say somebody they throw stone, then you get tear gas, they pull and they go use live ammunition where ain't go die. Because you did the way I ask the question. What's in the why when person for use live ammunition? Would they give the final order say when I use live ammunition? Although then consistently don't tell we say they not be use live ammunition. But that's notwithstanding, we still be don't commit say this then what do you call them? Community Relations Department we've been talking about. We don't commit already now. We regional coordinator na Northeast, Mr. Jallo, they work with them so that they don't go for organize a training schedule for we go able for guide them. And now we know what made them go do this engagement by themselves no more. We want for make we go find a way so that the district youth council go benefit also from this training. So next time when they do an outreach, then go together with the district youth council so that they go for people then go get a buy-in. Already they may get what you call a community policing board where it almost defunct now because they know the community not to engage. I don't know whose arrangement they may make, whether they get the remunerate, they give them something or they know they give them nothing. The enthusiasm of them policing partnership boards them, it's been politicized before. We will not go allow community partnership, police partnership for be politicized. If it be of eminent people them within the community, where youth man then where community go listen to. If you go take somebody normal because it belongs to party A or party B, we not command the respect, we not get convening power of a community. You not go for doing nothing. So the next thing in the all we don't look at, and we go for review that and together with them, then we go write report to the police board. We they command the police, led by the vice president. We will share our findings with them as to how the police go endear itself back to the people of Sierra Leone. As it is now, there is a lot of mistrust between the people there and the police. They see the police not as the force for good that will be no say for B. They don't see the police now as an organ where they suppress them. And at the same time, when we investigate all that will happen, the young people themselves, they need for stand back small. Not to all ten no more something happen. When say, hey, more go there, more go there, more go there. What's one they go there for? Someone no they know. Even that incident they we happen in McKinney, from your investigation, some families them, then they allow them small picking and they go to West Tompa police. Why is that? Whatever happened to parenting? Now me go sit down, they say else they let me picking, you go hold stone, you go stone police, then can't say all not call for. So much as we tell the dog, we foretell the bone. That's why it's important for many people then come back to the rudiments. Let us take parenting seriously. Be say because you poor, you know to papa again. Be say because you poor, you know to mama again. We don't see who say some of we come out. Nobody even imagine say go make her. But by the grace of God and with mama and the insistence, God help we through. So you say if all you picking, you give them the advice, you tell them, say, no, do this, this not right, this not right. Chances just are, sometimes picking will come out say, be president one day. So therefore, the parents then get a responsibility where they don't renege on over time. We hope say, with which we own intervention, we will be able to call parents them back to the role, make them go play as parents. Because you don't go there as parents, now host you 16 years, 17 years old, guy picking, then they pay chop money. Who say they pull that money? They work. So that means say you just push them into prostitution. That's not what a good parent does. Same way, so you get a boy picking, they work, you see they bring money, they bring things there, they ask her. Chances are either you don't go jump and gamble or it's a thief. So if you not pay attention to them things, they time will come when you're not able to control them. So that's why I'm very happy with the president reintroduced this issue of civic education, because we believe say there has to be a moral foundation of any society. The community is the building block of a country. So if the community is not built on morality, is not built on principles of right and wrong, allow no more say free for all, anything goes, not go fine. So, there are challenges, potent challenges, the police them, the approach. One thing we will tell them clearly, this recruitment, but how you go take somebody where you do something a known criminal? You go take an approach, you go take an some bad place. That man, learn that. But because no more than some big man, so-called salon big man, in brother or in sister, picking, you go take him, you not vet him at all, you not see no background, you go put in a police, you take all you get, you put cartridge inside it. So that means if that man have been armed robber, you just don't empower him for me to go do more armed robbery. If he even gets problem with incompetence, that's in a way incompetent, or they belong the day in a gutter, where you see them now, you want for sure they say get more power person, you go use that gun depend them. So this process of recruiting people, especially into the OSD, has to be, we got to scale up. Simply not say you go take one party where can power, you go take your man there, you go give them go. Where the one can say take your man there, go give them go. It's not right. These are some of the underlying things that we have been shying away from. Let us talk about them. Let us challenge the police leadership and the political leaders them, make them clean up this process so that somebody when a policeman, he is serving society, not himself or any political party.
Well, family, in case you listen the program that Youth Them Voice, will come to you live from the Democracy 98.1 FM. And when they bring the program come to you, my name is Samuel Levas. And inside the program today, I get Mr. Khalilu Ibrahim Tutange, way in the chairman for the National Council for Civic Education and Development. And we look at this, now the second part of the issue, Usai. Youths are not involved in so many violence, and that's been made on August 5th and 6th. The council will go all youth, distancing youth from violence workshop, na McKinney with them and see. Then they will be as a case study for see how best they will get solution to all the other youth violence them. And few people don't send message na we Facebook page where this one say the police board should be devoid of politics. The vice president should not be the chairman, and the IG should not be the political appointment, sir. And this one say young people needs to build the middle level manpower. And again, another message we come on this one say, how many people are washing their cars? Well, this gets to do with the car wash to you will be Yeah, inside the program, see how many people are washing their cars during the rains, get them involved in sustainable career job, create institution for them to be trained variable. Okay, and this other message na Facebook say, Mr. Chairman, what's next with the sensitization? Is it going to stop in McKinney or are you continuing? Okay, and this other person self send message say, Mr. Tutange, God bless you and you commission for what you do, but una really need for constantly at least if not monthly say for the engage with them from different parts them in the country. Well, time don't go. I'm just a few text messages here, so any comments on them?
Yeah, well, the one way they encourage way for do more of that. In fact, that's what we want to do, but we're not going to do it in a haphazard way. We're not just go for the run all around. We do a concrete proposal, we together with partners and the Youth Commission and others them, so that we go. It's not going to be a one-man thing. Yes, we will take leadership because we get access to the people there. But the Youth Commission and the Ministry of Youth, even with the Gosuna all go, we just the champion. So hopefully we will seek more resources there so that we will intensify. You know, with the good more this fire brigade approach, you commodity, that doesn't work. We want to have structures in those places. We will constantly go engage youth there. Even that issue about information clearing house, we want to work with the Ministry of Youth so that we own offices then at the regions then, and hopefully in the districts then, there will be information clearing house for their places. So if you hear something, you will get away for call your youth leader or we own organizers then and staff for men to clarify some of the things to you. As to would that for lead with that, would that not for lead with that, a day outside of me pay grade. Not to me to choose would that for be within our police.
Yeah, and part of the emphasis where they make part of the resolutions they've been come out. One we now the last one we've been seeing the government to support the district council to set up an information clearinghouse where youth can access key information on issues of national interest. Where I believe say this is a very, very important issue. And I think Yusuf being helpful give the youth chairman and the youth them see you will come and make sure see this app this you make sure see you facilitate them. But this not for before the Bombali district no more that way important for all other districts. So how far that
already even before this time, within the process of procurement, one for what we call community access points. So in each of the chiefdoms then, the 191 chiefdoms then, we they get a screen TV and a solar system so that people then go able to get information. And the national, the district youth councils then, together with young people then, and then go for look at things and take care of them. So something happen, we correct, we send them to the people them, so they're able for plan for the communities, them in the community, then go watch them. In addition to that, already, like I made the chairman may say, they get office now the regions in there. And the district youth councils, they not get office yet. We don't own up say, if we get an internet system there, we get an office, we go there, help them for men go Sidonia, we till then get their own place, so that at least people don't know when you want to get the district youth chairman, youth council chairman, you go know who's for kitchen. You go get a specific address, you go kitchen, and we go help them for men to go do dialogue. No family enough for forget say we're not a very new institution. We don't try hard. We get a lot of ways and for go. But most of them say so people in the expect of we. The right for expectant of we. But we can go for sit down first before you crawl, they crawl first before you walk out, they walk out first before you run. So some people they say, hey, Chairman, we not do this, we not do this. No, we not get unlimited access to resources. The little resources we get, now we manage well. And if we manage them well, if we're based on strategic planning, we're not for the just run around. So what we don't start and so we now people will look for approaching them in a steady way, in a constructive way, so that if Tutange not they said today, there is a roadmap, paper day where somebody goes, oh yes, I had them in tap. It take them from there, it carry and go. So how many people that will be patient with we? We are very committed to what we do, and we believe strongly say the presidency is committed to this issue of civic education, and we go. As long as we continue to get the support, we will do our work. And we're not going to do it alone. We are going to do it in partnership with others, because others and they will get some skills there we will not get. We get some skills that others will not get. If we come together no more for address this issue, I think it's going to be a better pathway for us all.
And other thing again, now, with regards to this youth issue, this communique don't come and don't present to the government, the president, His Excellency, and this will be used just as a case study. How best una use this document for make sure say una able sensitize and also educate the other youths them now other areas them with similar situation may not happen.
In fact, that's not the goal. That just a short while before coming out office, I sent email to me regional coordinator on the Northeast for making go send the report. I don't give them the deadline of Wednesday for making get a full report. These are just a communique. That report they now we present to other partners them. In a guide we for making go develop this out of school civic education plan. One of the key elements there we will say peaceful coexistence and national cohesion. 9 days on the table, and all of these ones they were able to inform we use the thinking process. We said they get information from how they react to information, how they can generally behave on attention, and what we feel say we learn, what we for advise them for do going forward. So yes, this one a case study, but it's going to inform our general plan for the whole nation going forward.
Okay, plenty thank you, Chairman Mr. Ibrahim Khalilu Tutangi. We don't come inside the program, Youth Them Voice. Now, before you left final the program, what will be your general advice to youth them as you therefore make sure say you sensitize people on different issues, but now with youth and violence, what will be your general message to the youth them?
It's not any different from what we get from the youth them Makini. Violence, not the pay. If you fail to compensate, some tell them go say now you don't beat her, but you say will accommodate with some pain. So let us concentrate on the things that bring us together for make progress for our communities. So young people then, anytime somebody tell one something, when I think and true first, ask other person what's in your own perspective. Not say no more, Adebayo says, hey, man, go. No, you know the pay. Somebody not go tell you, say, go give you life while in the day enjoy in your life. And also the parents then, more take responsibility seriously. If we day you picking Nanette, you say halala there some side. If I call you picking, you can't pin near you. For me, you not go join that halala there, especially Nanette. So do your parents then more could take responsibility seriously and take care of our picking. And we the young people then let us think about our safety and our future and our progress as a nation all the time. I tell you plenty thank you.
Well, I tell you plenty thank you for we take your time come inside the program. The program you normally listen to now Youth Them Voice will come to you every Monday 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock. Also, we look at different issues that we get for do with Youth Them. May bring the program come to you. My name is Samuel Evans. I want to tell plenty thank you to me engineer we na Sugarcane and also to me we make you able to see we live na Facebook that na Moses Kavora and also to me producer Michael Samuel who produce this program. So till we meet again next week for another edition of Youth Them Voice. Me will bring the program. My name is Samuel Evans.
Listen me.